Hello everyone, this is Dino. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the proportion chapter in Maths D. So the main thing you want to know about proportions is that basically there are two types of proportions. So A is proportional to B, or it is indirectly proportional to B. So it's going to be like this. So let's say the train is traveling. This is a really bad diagram. Let's say the train is traveling, and if the train fast, do you think the time will increase or decrease? So, speed and time. If speed increases, we know that time will decrease, and if time increases, then speed will decrease. So we can say that this is indirectly proportional. So let's try doing the question one. So let's see. The first question is the time that journey takes, t, and the speed of the train. It's just the example we just did. So that when time increases, speed will decrease, and if speed increases, time will decrease. So we know that this is indirectly proportionate. Sorry about that. So for one A, you can just write t is indirectly. So we put a 1 over here and then S here. Next is the number of pages in a book and the number of words. So let's say there are no blank pages in the book. So if there's more pages, that would automatically mean there will be more words. Like we're not counting blank pages. And if we increase a word of a book, we'll have more pages. So basically, let's do this. So P and W. So more pages equals to more words. Less pages equals to less words. So we could see it basically if this increases as well, unlike number A. So we could just say P is proportionate to W. And number C. This is the depth of a water tank and the length of time it has been filling. So let's say we have a water tank, and if we were to fill it up, we'd take a certain amount of time. So if we increase the water tank, the time to fill it will increase as well. And if we decrease the water tank, the time it takes to fill it will be less. So we can see a pattern here. So D and T. So if depth increases, time will increase as well. And if there's less depth, there will be less time. So we can write D is proportionate to T. And let's do number D. So number D is the number of buses need to carry 2,000 people and the number of seats. So let's draw a bus here. Sorry about my terrible diagram. So let's say there's seats in this. So our two points are B and S. So if we reduce the amount of seats, we will need more buses since there are 2,000. So if we decrease the if we decrease the amount of seats, we need more buses. And if we decrease the amount of buses, we'll have more seats to carry 2,000 people. So we can just say this is indirectly proportionate. So B is indirectly proportionate to 1 by S. Let's do number E. The time a journey takes and the distance covered. So we have time and distance. If we increase the distance, let's say we want to go from destination A to destination B. So let's say if you want to go here, it takes a certain amount of time, and it's a certain amount of distance. So let's just do this. So if we were to increase the distance, our time would need to increase as well. So let's say if we want to go 5 kilometers, it will take 30 minutes. And if we want to go 10 kilometers, it will take an hour. as you can see, both are increasing. So if distance increases, time increases as well. And if there's less distance, we can go there really quickly, so less time. So these two are proportionate. So let's say T is proportionate to D. And the final one is the number of ice cream you can buy and the amount of money you have. So we can just say, let's say you're Jeff Bezos and you want to buy some ice cream. So the more money you have, the more ice creams you can get. And if you're a broke college student, you have less money, that means you can buy less ice cream. So this is really bad. But let's say it's just, C and M. More ice creams, you need more money. And if you have less money, you can get less ice creams. So basically, C is proportionate to M. So that is our question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. For our next question, we can see that we have a table and we have to describe the proportions shown in each of these tables, and we have to use this sign. So let's do number 2, A. And we know if something, if x increases and y increases, it's proportionate. But if x increases and y decreases, it's indirectly proportionate. So we can see here, 3 to 5, this is like it increases, and 1 to 5, it increases. So we can say, x is proportionate to y. For number B, 4 to 15 and 20 to 105, we can see it's increasing. So we can just write x is proportionate to y. We do the same thing for this one, but this one is x is increasing but y is decreasing. So this is indirectly proportionate. So we just do this. And the next one, it's number D. At 10 to 12 increases, y 50 to 60, it increases. So we just write x is proportionate to y. We do the same thing for the other ones. We can see this decreases and this decreases as well. So this is proportionate. So this, and we do number F. So F, we can see 3 to 15 and 5 to 1, which means it's indirect. So 1 increases, 1 decreases. Number G, 3 to 15, 2 to 10, so it increases, so it's proportionate. H, 8 to 20 and 10 to 25, it increases. So X is proportionate to Y. Now let's move on to number 3. There were 2 more questions I forgot to do, so let's do them quickly. So this is 1 to 0.5 and 5 to 50. We can see this is decreasing and this is increasing. So this is indirect. And number J, we can see 60 to 56. This increases. 6.4 to 22, it increases. So it's proportionate. So let's move on to number 3 now. So in this question, it asks us to find the formula. So to find the formula, we can write basically, if you want to find the formula for a proportionate value, or whatever you call it, we can write y equals to kx. And if you want to find the formula for an what is it called, indirectly proportionate thing, we can just write basically, this is going to be 1 by x. We can write y equals to k 1 by x. So let's find the formula. It says to find the formula of basically question 2, so a to ah. So let's quickly do this. So number A, we can see that these are proportionate, so just x proportionate to y. We can write y equals to kx. So let's take any value. We can take this, or we can take this. So let's just choose the smaller one because it's easier. Let's write 1 equals to k times 3. So we get 1 equal to 3k, and 1 equals to k. So we can write y equals to 1 by 3x. This is our formula. So let's quickly do a few more of these. So let's do number B. So number B, we can just say this is 4 to 15. This is proportionate. So write y equals to kx. And we can just, let's take 15 and 105. So 105 equals to k15. So we just put, 105 by 15 equals to k. And if we divide 105 by 15, we get 7. So 7 equals to k. So we can write y equals to 7x. This will be our formula. So let's do an indirect proportion one. So let me just get rid of this. So let's do number C because this is indirect. So our indirect formula is y equals to k 1 by x, or you can basically this. So let's take 8 and 10. So this will be 10 equals to k times 1 by 8. So we can basically do some algebra here. K equals to 8, and you can write 10 equals we can take this 8 here, so it's 10 8 equals to k. So k is 80. So if you want to put this into, so it's going to be y equals to 80 times 1 by x. Or you can just write, this is not really the answer, you can just write y equals to, since it's 80 and 1, we can just write 80 by x. This will be our formula. So since we already know how to do these, let's do a hard one, like a decimal one. Let's do number E. So let's just get rid of this. So y equals to k 1 by x. So let's do number E. So let's take the decimal ones. Since you can just take the whole number ones, but if there's 2 decimals, let's just do a decimal one. So we can take this, so it's 3 point. Oh, let's check if this is. Oh, this is. Sorry. This is proportionate. So let's just choose y equals to kx. So this is going to be 3.2 equals k times 4.8. So we can just take 3.2 by 4.8. You can just input this into a calculator or just do it yourself. And we can get 2 by 3 equals to k. So our formula is going to be 2 by 3x. Now let's move on to question number 2. This might look a little hard since it has Ohm law in it, and you would think, oh no, we have to start doing physics, but don't worry, there's no physics involved. So basically question number 2. I mean, there is a bit of physics involved, but it's really. So we know the more amperes we have, the more volts it's going to basically apply. So basically, let's find the formula of this. So our formula is going to be, let's just say what I equals to kV. So let's find the formula. So we can see that our V is given and our I is given, so it's 2.5 equals to k times 15. So if we do 2.5 divided by 15. Wait, did it? Hold on. Okay, so let's continue. So if we put 2.5 here and divide it by 15, we get 1 by 6 equals to k. So we got the formula I equals to 1 by 6 V, which we can also write I equals to V by 6. So since we have the formula, we can easily find number B, which is we have to find I when V is 60. So we know the formula is I equals to V by 6. So if we just input 60 by V here, we get I equals to 10. So let's do the same thing with this one, number 3. We can see if Wm is the wavelength of a sound wave and F is the hertz, the frequency, then basically it's an indirect proportion. So we see that f equals to 300 and w equals to 1. So let's find the formula. So we can just input w equals to k 1 by f, and let's just input the things we have. So w we have 1.1, f we have 300. So it's going to be 1.1 equals to k 300, and if we put 1.1 times 300 here, 1.1 times 300 is 330. So our k value is 330. So we can just write w equals to 330 by f. So since we have the formula, we can just find out w here. So let's just write b, and we know the formula is w equals to 330 by f. So our f is given, we have to just find the wavelength. So we could just input 330 here, and 660 here. So if we cancel these out, we get basically just cancel these. 330 divided by 660 is going to be 1 by 2. Or we can just write 0.5, which is our answer. So let's do question number 4. This is the variable a and b are given, and we have to write down the formula for inverse and direct. So basically we have to use both of the formulas, so y equals to kx and y equals to k1 by x. So let's do the directly proportionate one first, so ai. So let's just input our, basically a equals to k by b. So our a value is 20 equals to k times 50. So if you put 20 here and 50 here, so the zeros, we get 2 by 5. So our formula for the direct one is a 2 by 5 b. And for our indirect one, let's just write down 2 here. So we can just input a equals to k by b. So basically, we put down the values here. So 20 equals to k by b is 50. So basically, we want to multiply 20 by 50 equals to k. So 20 times 50 is going to be 1,000. So 1,000 equals to k. We just input this here, so it's going to be a equals to 1,000 by b. These are our two formulas. We can use these two formulas to find to calculate number b. So let's do let's do the direct proportionality. So we know it's a equals to 25, and we have to find b. So let's just do it normally like we always do. So basically 5 here, so it's going to be 25 times 5 equals to 2b. So it's going to be 25 times 5 equals to 2. So basically we just calculate this. So 25 times 5 by 2, it's going to be 62.5. We found this, and now let's do the second one with the indirect one. So we know a is 25, and we have to find b. So basically we can just take, we put b here, and we put 1,000 over here, and 25. So 1,000 divided by 25 is going to be 40. So we found the two values of b by using different formulas. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, so this is a little different. really the same as the first one. We just have to find the formula, but this is square. We will find more of these like weird questions like this will have cube root or like root or like x cube. This is basically this exercise. It just basically experiments with like cubes, exponents actually. So let's try number one. It's the same as always, which is y equals to kx and y equals to k by x. So let's do number A, which is to find the formula. So we know it is y equals to kx squared because there's a square here. So let's just list down. So it's 3 equals to k times 6 square. So we just basically k times 36. 36 equals to k. And if we simplify this, we'll get 1 by 12. So 1 by 12. So our formula is going to be y equals to 1 by 12 x squared. So let's do basically number B. So number B is to find y. So we just do this 1 by x. We know x is 12, so just do 12 squared. So we can just put here 1 4. This is the square of 12 by 12. So we divided this. We know we'll obviously do get 12. So just y equals to 12. So now let's do number C. Here. So number C is we have to find x now. So we just do the same thing, you know. And we plug in the y value 1 by 12 x squared. So we put this here, so 48 times 12 equals to x squared. So 48 times 12 is 576. And if we know if we take square here, it's gonna root. So it's square root of 576 equals to x. If we square the basically if we square 576, it's going to be 24, which is going to be our value for number C. Now let's do question number 2. Alright, so number 2. So this is the same, it's just indirect. So this formula is going to be y equals to k by x squared, or y equals to k times 1 by x squared if you're annoying. But it's just the same thing. So let's find the formula. We know both are 4, so we just do this k4 squared. So we just do 4 times 16 equals to k. So 16 times 4 is going to be 64. So basically, what's the next one? We have to find, let's just put the formula here. So it's x64 x squared. We have to find y. So 64 8 squared. So y equals to 64 times 64. So y is going to be 1. And now let's do number C. So we have to find x now, since y is 25. 64. So we just basically do x squared equals to 64 by 25. 64 divided by 25 is going to be just basically it's going to be 2.56. And if we root that, let's just we're going to get plus minus 1.6. Remember to add the plus ones because we are not sure if this is basically this could be either minus 1.6 times minus 1.6, or it could be 1.6 times 1.6. So when you're doing algebra, make sure you put the plus minus in front of it. All the questions you see on the screen right now, they're basically the same as the one from before. You can try doing all of these, but if you can, just comment below which one you have issues with, and I'll try to help you out. So let's move on to the harder questions.